Hello everyone. Today we'll be going through ASA level mathematics paper 1 pure mathematics 1 which is P1 970911 May June 2019. Question number 1, binomial expansion, the term independent of x in the expansion of this one where x is constant is 540. Find the value of k. So um, we require x independent of x term, so we need to have like power of this 2x such that k over x should cancel, this x should cancel with this, so that we will be getting independent of a x term. For that one we can have like x cube and cube over here, so that we'll be getting same powers of x and we can cancel these two. So we can take this one and then we can write 6c and this power is 3, so 6c3, and we can expand. Basically, you know the formula NCR a raised to the power and b raised to the power n minus r. In this situation we require 3 over here and 3 over here, so it will be um, the same thing which we have written over here. Now we can check for 6c3, so 6c3 will be equal to 20, and we can write it as 20, and 2 raised to the power 3 will be 8 and x cubed, and this will be k cubed over x cubed, and we can cancel x cubed with x cubed, and next term will be 8 into 20 will be 160 and k cubed, and it is given that this is equal to 540, so we can write this is equal to 540. So k cube will be equal to 540 over 160, and we have to find k value, so we'll take cube root of 540 over 160, and this will be cube root of fraction 540 over 160, and this is equal to 3 by 2, or we can write it as 1.5, and this will be final answer for this part. Now they are saying in the second part, for this value of k, find the coefficient of x square in the expansion. Now the question given is 2x plus k value. We can write 1.5x, which we just found, and raised to the power 6. Now we require x raised to the power 2 or x square, so 2x and 1.5 over x, so we require after cancellation we require 2 power over here, so we have to take one more so that it can cancel with this and remain as 2, so it will be 3. We will have to take 3 over here, and 1x will be cancelled with this 3, and the remaining power will be 2. So this is the situation. If we are taking basically we require x square, not x so x square is required. It means we can take 4 over here and 2 over here, because this should add up to 6 also. So this will be cancelled, 2 will be x raised by 2 will be cancelled with x raised by 2, and we will get x square, so we will be getting this type of situation, and we can write it as c 6c4 and 2x raised to the power 4 and 1.5 over x. This will be squared, and we can write separate square for these two. So 6c, 4 will be, we can write 6c4 and this will be equal to 15. So 15 into 2 raised to the power 4 as it is, and x raised to the power 4, and 1.5 we can write separate square and x square. Now this x square will be cancelled and we will get 2 over here, and this will be 15 multiplied by 15 multiplied by 2 raised to the power 4, and this will be multiplied by 1.5 and this will be squared, and this is equal to 540. So 540 and then x squared, and the coefficient of x squared is 540. This will be final answer. Now question number 2 says the line 4y is equal to x plus c, where c is a constant, is a tangent to the curve, this one, at the point P on the curve. Find the value of C. Now the given equation of the curve is this one. So tangent to this curve will be dy by dx. So our equation is y square is equal to x plus 3, and we can find um, we can basically find the value of y. We can shift square, so it will be x plus 3 raised to the power 1 by 2, and now we can find dy over dx, and this will be equal to 1 by 2. Power will be pulled first, so x plus 3 raised to the minus 1 by 2, and derivative of x will be 1, and you know derivative is gradient. So m, this is m value, and m value we can find from here, this equation. So 4y is equal to x plus c, and 4 we can shift to other side. We will write this equation as y is equal to mx plus c format, and this will be equal to 1 by 4 x plus 1 by 4 c, and you know this part is gradient, so m is equal to 1 by 4, and this one we can rewrite this step as 1 over 2 into, we can write x plus 3 under root, and this is equal to 1 by 4, so we can write gradient is equal to 1 by 4. And further we can find this one. We can take reciprocal of this equation, and this will be 2 under root x plus 3 is equal to 4, and this implies x plus 3 under root will be equal to 4 by 2, which will be 2. So I will write 4 by 2, which is equal to 2. Now we can take square on both sides, so x plus 3 will be equal to 4, so x is equal to 4 minus 3, which is 1. So we got x is equal to 1 value, and this value we can use in this equation. Y square is equal to x plus 3, so 1 plus 3 will be equal to 4. This will be y square value, so y will be equal to 4, and 4y is equal to x plus c. So we will replace y value which is 2. Basically we can write this as 2, so y value as 2 and x value as 1 to find value of c, and this implies c is equal to 8 minus 1, which is 7. So c value is equal to 7. These are the two values which we were supposed to find for this part. This is basically c value, and to find c value we have checked x and y values. Now this part is done. Second part, find the coordinates of P. So coordinates of P, whatever data we have right now is c value is 7, x value is equal to 1, and we can use these two values to find the coordinates of P, and 4y is equal to x plus c. In this equation, if we replace, and we can get value of y, so y 4y will be equal to 1 plus 7, and y is equal to 8 by 4, which is equal to 2. So y value is 2, so point will be 1 and 2. We can write like this. So this will be the coordinates of the point. This is also done. Now question number 3. Question 3 says a sector of circle radius r has an area of a centimeter square. Express the perimeter of the sector in terms of r and a, and this is 4-mark question. So we can consider arc, like for example this one. This is the arc, and we can draw, or basically sector is like this one, and this is r radius and this is r, and by formula, if this is theta, then this arc will be r theta. Now this is basically in the formula which we will be applying. Area of sector is equal to 1 by 2 r square theta, and in this one, if we make theta as subject, this will be equal to 2a over r squared. Now this is value of theta, and this value of theta we will be using to write the perimeter. So perimeter will be equal to one side plus other side. So we'll be taking round trip of boundary line plus r theta, and this theta value we can replace from here, and this will be equal to 2r plus 2a over r square. And further we can what we can do, basically this will be multiple, this is theta value, and this will be multiplied by r, and this 1r will be cancelled with square, and the remaining will be what, 2r plus 2a over r, and this will be perimeter equation in terms of a and r. This is also done. Now question number 4. Question number 4 says the diagram shows a trapezium ABCD in which the coordinates of A, B, and C are these respectively, and the lines BC, AD are parallel. Angle ABC is 90 degrees, CD is parallel to x-axis. So this is also important. This CD is parallel to x-axis, and find by calculation the value of H. So what will be our strategy? We will utilize this information that this line is perpendicular to this line, and for AB line or BA line we have both the points, and we can find the gradient, and this other line is perpendicular to BA line. So from the gradient of BA we will find the gradient of BC, and then we will use these 2 points and the gradient to find the value of H. So this will be our strategy, and we will be writing what, first of all we need to find the gradient of BA, and we will be using these 2 points to find the gradient of BA. So we will write gradient of AB or BA, and this will be equal to what, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and this will be 2 minus 0 over 0 minus 4, and this will be equal to minus 1 by 2. This will be the gradient of AB, and now we can write the gradient of the perpendicular of AB, and that will be gradient of BC. Yes, so gradient of BC will be equal to what, reciprocal and change sign of this, so it will be 2. And now we will be using this gradient and this point B point and C point in terms of H, and we will be writing, for example, gradient of BC by using these 2 points, which is 0, 2 and H and 3H. We will be writing So it will be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and this will be equal to um, 3, and this is equal to 2 because we already know this is equal to 2. So we write here and cross multiply, so 3h minus 2 is equal to 2h. This implies h is equal to 2. So we got this value h is equal to 2, which we're supposed to find. Hopefully you understood this. This was 3 marks part. Now next part, hence find the coordinates of D. Coordinates of D mean this point, and as it is given that CD line is parallel to x-axis, so it will be having zero gradient also, and it will be having basically same coordinates as y coordinate will not be changing. So y coordinate will be y coordinate of D will be same as y coordinate of C because it is parallel to x-axis. So we will write the gradient of AD by using uh, we know the gradient of AD is also same gradient of AD because AD is parallel to BC, so the gradient of AD will be same as gradient of BC, and we can write over here mm, gradient of BC and AD. Okay, so gradient of BC is equal to 2 and gradient of AD is equal to gradient of BC, which is equal to 2. So we know this, that we can write gradient of, basically we can write CD is parallel to x-axis. So y coordinate of D will be equal to y coordinate of C. So y coordinate of D will be equal to y coordinate of C, and now h value will be same as we have already found. This one will be 3h will be same, and 3h means h value is 2, so this will be equal to 6. So y value for this one, y coordinate will be 6, and we need to find the x coordinate. So now we can write m is equal to 6 minus 0 over x coordinate. For D we can suppose as x, so x minus 4, y2 minus y1 over x minus x1, and we know this is equal to 2, so we can cross multiply, so we'll get 2x minus 8 is equal to 6. So 2x is equal to 6 plus 8, which is equal to 14, so x is equal to 7. So this will be the value of x, and we can write down the coordinates of D, and coordinates of D will be what? Uh, find the value of H. Basically we have to write over here, we have we can shift this for this space over here, we have to write over here, and where coordinates of D we have to basically write, which we are writing. So D will be, x will be 7, and y value is 6, as I explained from the diagram also. So this is also done. Now we can move to question number 5, and question number 5 says the function f is defined and x belongs to R. The express this in the form of it. So basically this is completing square question, so we can take this common coefficient of x square, so minus 2 will take common, so inside will be what? Inside will be x squared and minus 6x and bracket close, and this tail portion minus 3 will write as it is. And then we can now apply completing square technique, so it will be x minus, we are copying this sign, so it will be minus, and half of this one will be 3, and we write square and minus whatever we have written 3 over here, so square of this one, and what else we will be writing minus 3, so extra arrows I'm just removing. Now this will be the completing square. Now we can open these brackets, so it will be minus 2 into x minus 3 squared, and minus 2 into this will be plus 2 into 3 squared, and this is the tail portion, so minus 2 into x minus 3 x minus 3 squared, and this will be 3 squared will be 9, 9 into 2 will be 18, and 18 minus 3 will be 15, plus 15 will be this one, and this is the final equation in this format. If we compare this with this step, and this will be a will be equal to minus 3 and b will be equal to 15. These will be the required values which we have done. Now they are saying state the greatest value of f of x, and the f of x is what? F of x is equal to minus 2x minus 3 squared plus 15, which we just now found. The greatest value, we know this is plus, always plus, and multiply by 2 will also be plus, so this part is always positive number and it is being multiplied by a negative number, so it means that this total expression, this one, is always negative. If this is negative, it means something is always being subtracted from 15, and it can be, this portion can be 0 when x is equal to 3, so the maximum value can be this one, which is 15, so f of x will be less than or equal to 15. This will be our answer for 1 mark question. Now question, same question, third part. The function g is defined by g of x is equal to this one, x belongs to real numbers. Find the values of x for which g of f of x is equal to 1. So g of f of x is plus 1 is equal to 1, and f of x is what? F of x is equal to minus 2x squared plus 12x minus 3. This is our f of x, which we will be replacing in this one. In this x value, we will replace this f of x and we will get g of f of x. So we can write g of f of x is equal to 2 into minus 2x squared plus 12x minus 3, and this one will be then this is x value and then plus 5. Now we can and plus 1 this one also, so we'll write plus 1 over here, and if we simplify this, so we can rewrite it as, I'm not opening brackets intentionally because we are getting plus 6 over here, and from this 6 and this term we can take 2 common, so inside will be what? And we know that this is equal to 0, this is also basically given, so we can equalize it to 0 and we can remove this equal to sign, so it will be what? Now we can take 2 common, so inside will be minus 2x squared plus 12x minus 3 and plus 3 basically, and equal to 0. Now minus 3 and plus 3 will cancel, and one more thing, we know that 2 is not equal to 0, so we will leave this one, and the remaining part minus 2x squared plus 12x is equal to 0. Now we can take minus 2 common, and x also we can take common, so it will be x, and minus 6 is equal to 0. So this implies x is equal to 0, or x minus 6 is equal to 0, and x is equal to 6. So these will be the two x values. Find the values of x. So these will be the two values which you found, and this was 3 marks question. Question number 6. Question number 6 is prove the identity. We have to prove this identity, and this is 4 mark question. We can take left hand side. Left hand side is what? 1 over cos x minus tan x, and tan x we can write as sin x over cos x, and this is square. And we can take LCM, and square we will keep as it is, and LCM will be cos x, and this will be 1 minus sin x. Now we can write square for numerator and denominator separately, and this will be cos square x. Now cos square x is equal to what? Cos square x, denominator we will be changing, but numerator will keep as it is, and cos square x is 1 minus sin square x. We can write like this, and again numerator as it is, and denominator we can write 1 squared minus sine square x, like this one. So this is a square minus b square, and we know a square minus b square is equal to a plus b, a minus b. So we can rewrite it as 1 minus sine x squared over 1 plus sine square x into 1 minus sine square x, because a square minus b square is equal to a plus b and a minus b. So now we can cancel this, and this square 1 minus sine x we can cancel, and this will be what? This will be 1 minus sine x over 1 plus sine x. And if you see, this is the left hand, this is the right hand side basically, and right hand side we can write left hand side is equal to right hand side, and this is what we needed to prove. Now this is the second part. Hence solve the equation, this one, and we know that this part is equal to, this is 2x, so we will write 1 minus sine 2x over 1 plus sine 2x, and this is equal to 1 by 3. We can cross multiply. 3 minus 3 sine 2x is equal to 1 plus sine 2x. Now we can shift this to the other side of equality, and our next step will be 3 sine 2x plus sine 2x, and plus 1 and minus 3, this is equal to 0. So we can write this will be 4 sine 2x, 4 sine 2x, and this will be equal to 2, and sine 2x is equal to 1 by 2. So 2x is equal to sine inverse of 1 by 2, and we can check the value. Shift sine of 0.5 is equal to, we can check in terms of radian, so it will be basically shift mode, and this one should be 4, and this will be equal to pi by 6. So our one value will be pi by 6, and next value we can find, like for example we can check by drawing like coordinate axis or the quadrant, so this will be, and in this one this is like pi by 6, this is pi by 6, and this will be pi by 6, and the reflex angle, this one will be um, pi minus pi by 6, so which is 5 pi by 6. We can check uh, pi minus answer is equal to 5 pi by 6, so we can write 5 pi by 6 also. Now x will be equal to pi by 12 and 5 pi by 12, and these two will be the required angles. Now question number 7. Question 7 says the diagram shows three-dimensional shape in which the base OABC and the upper face DEFG are identical horizontal squares. The parallelogram, these two parallelograms both lie in vertical plane. Vertical planes, the point M is the midpoint of AF. Unit vectors I, J are parallel to OA and OC respectively, and the unit vector K is vertically upwards. The position vector of A and D are given by OA is equal to 8I. So OA is equal to 8I and OD is equal to 3I plus 10k. So 3I plus 10k is OD, and what we have to do, we have to express each of the vectors AM and GM in terms of I, J, K, and this will be 3 marks question. So first of all we will identify where is AM. So AM, we can join A with M and we will get this one as AM, and direction will be this one, and we can join this midpoint M to midpoint of AB, so this one, and this will be this direction. We can name this one, this point as P. So AP will be half of this, because each side is 8I, so this will be 4I. And what else? Not so what else? We can take AM is equal to what? AM is equal to AP plus PM. So PM is basically half of this side, so we can take this one. AM is vector is equal to AP vector plus PM vector, and this will be equal to 1 by 2 of OC, and plus this will be 1 by 2 of OD. And OC is what? OC is 3I plus 10k, and OD is, this will be plus half of OD, which is 8J. 8J, this one. So we have taken OD, half of OD also we have taken, which is so this is OC is basically 4I. We have taken half of these two both, basically we are done. Then we can write this as, if we open this one, divide 3 by 1 by 2, so it will be 1.5I plus 5k, and plus this will be 4j, and we can rewrite in form of aijk, so it will be 1.5I plus 4j and plus 5k, and this will be AM vector expressed in the required format. Now we can check for GM, and for GM vector, first of all we will identify GM vector is where it is located. So we will join G with M, and this is GM vector, and we can take this root GF, which we already have as 8i, and we can take FM, and FM will be minus of AM vector. So we can rewrite over here GM will be equal to GF vector and plus FM vector, and GM vector is 8i, and plus FM we can write minus AM vector, and this will be equal to 8i plus, and this will be minus, we can write this minus outside, so it will be minus of 1.5i, this one which we just found, I plus 4j plus this will be 5k, and we can simplify this. This will be 6.5i and plus minus 4j and minus 5k, and this will be gm vector. This is done. Now next part is use a scalar product to find angle GMA correct to the nearest degree. This is 4-mark question, and we know formula GM vector dot AM vector, and this will be equal to magnitudes of these two vectors, GM magnitude and AM magnitude, and cos of theta. So theta we can write, theta is equal to cos inverse of what? Cos inverse of GM, basically yeah, cos inverse of GM vector dot AM vector, and this will be divided by magnitudes of these two vectors, GM magnitude and AM magnitude, and this will be the theta value. So we can rewrite the values of GM, AM. So cos inverse will be GM vector is GM dot AM will be 6.5 I dot I, so 1.5, and plus J dot J, which is minus 4 into 4, plus K dot K, which is minus 5 into 5. And then we can write the magnitudes, and magnitude of GM will be 6.5 squared and plus minus 4 squared and plus minus 5 squared. This will be the magnitude, and the second magnitude we can write, this will be 1.5 squared plus 4 squared plus 5 squared, and this one we have to take cos inverse of this and shift cos of fraction, and we can put in brackets. This will be 6.5 into 1.5 and bracket close, and plus this will be minus 4 into 4 and bracket close, and plus next will be minus 5 into 5 bracket close, and over will be uh, under root of 6.5 squared, and plus in brackets this will be minus 4 and this will be squared, and plus in brackets minus 5 and this will be squared, and next square root will be 1.5 squared plus 4 squared plus 5 squared. So, and we have to close the bracket from here, and this will be equal to we have done some mistake, we need to check. Basically this is in radian mode, so shift mode, this will be 3 and this will be equal to 121.39 we can write. So 121.39 degrees, and we can round it to 121 because they're saying to the nearest degree, so 121 degrees. This is the answer for this question. Now question number 8. Question 8 says the third and fourth term of the geometric progression are 48 and 32 respectively. So what we can write, Tn is equal to AR raised to the power n minus 1 using this formula. T3 is equal to 48. So AR squared, because AR n minus 1, so n is 3, so it will be AR squared is equal to 48, and T4 also we can write this will be equal to AR raised to power 3, which is equal to 32. So we can write 32. Now we can we can divide basically AR cubed fourth term over third term, which is AR squared, and this is equal to 32 over 48. And we can cancellation, a will be cancelled and r squared will be cancelled with cube. So our term will be what? R is equal to 32 over 48, and this is equal to 2 by 3. So R value we got is 2 by 3. Now after getting this R value, they are saying find the sum to infinity of the progression. So sum to infinity will be what? We need basically we require a value also, because we will be applying sum to infinity is equal to a over 1 minus r value we got. We require a value to replace in this formula, and that we can get by replacing, like for example, any of these two terms. So I'm replacing in this one, which is T3. So T3 is what? AR squared is equal to 48, and R value is 2 by 3. So A is equal to 48 over 2 over 3, and this will be 48. I'll rewrite, and this will be 48 divided by 2 over 3, and this is equal to 72. Basically we missed square because R was square also, so we can write square, we'll put brackets and then we'll write square also, and this is equal to 108. So this will be 108. Now we have a value and we have r value, so we will replace in S infinity will be equal to a over 1 minus r, which is equal to 108 over 1 minus 2 by 3, and this is 108 over 1 minus 2 over 3, and this is equal to 324, and this will be our final answer for sum of infinity. And B part says two schemes are proposed for increasing the amount of household waste that is recycled each week. Scheme A, Scheme B. What is Scheme A? Increase the amount of waste recycled each month by 0.16 tons. And Scheme B is increase the amount of waste recycled each month by 6% of the amount recycled in the previous month. The proposal is to operate the scheme for 24 months, and the amount recycled in the first month is 2.5 tons. For each scheme, find the total amount of waste that would be recycled over the 24-month period, and this is space provided for scheme 1, and separate space is provided for scheme B, scheme A and B, and this is 5-mark question. So sum for 24 terms is required. A value is what? We are starting with 2.5 tons, so we can write for 2.5 tons for this one, and D value is provided. D is 0.16 tons, so we can apply Sn. Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So if we replace n by 24, so S24 will be equal to 24 by 2, which is 12, into 2 into 2.5 will be 5, plus n minus 1 will be 23. So D value will be what? D value will be 0.16. And now we can use calculator to solve this. So it will be 12 in brackets will be 5 plus 23 into 0.16, and this will be equal to 104.16. So 104.16 will be sum, and we can round to the nearest 10, or this will be 1.4 tons. Now next, B basically section scheme, basically B will be what? A will be same, which is 2.5 tons, 2.5 tons, and R value will be what? This will be like compound interest formula. It will be like increasing exponentially. So 1 plus 6 over 100. This is 6 over 100 will be 0.06, and 1 plus this, and this will be equal to 1.06. So this will be the rate of increment. So Sn will be equal to what? A into 1 minus R raised to the power n over 1 minus R, and we have A value which is 2.5. We have R value which is 1.06, and squared over this will be 1 minus 1.06, and this one we can calculate. So it will be fraction 2.5, and in brackets 1 minus 1.06 and squared, and bracket will be closed over this will be 1 minus 1.06, and this is equal to we have missed, basically it should not be squared, it should be par 24 over here, and we have taken square, I think so. This is the mistake, and this will be 127.03. So 127.04, and we can rewrite it as 127 tons. This will be the final answer for scheme B. Now next question, question number 9. The function f is defined from 0 to 2 pi. State the range of f. For range of f, we know that cos theta varies from -1 to 1. So like this one. So f of x will be, f of x is what? F of x is equal to 2 minus 3 cos x. Now when x is equal to, like for example, when cos x will be varying to plus 1, will be equal to plus 1, what will be our f of x? F of x will be varying to minus 3, which is equal to minus 1. And when cos x, we can write here, when cos x is equal to minus 1, our f of x will be what? Our f of x will be equal to 2 and plus 3, and this will be equal to 5. So it's varying from -1 to 5. So we can provide range for f of x will be greater than equal to -1 and less than equal to 5 within these two values. And the next part is sketch the graph of y is equal to f of x, and this is not part of the questionnaire. I have added it for your explanation. I'll explain in a while. And f of x is what? I will rewrite this. F of x is in the main question given 2 minus 3 cos x, and we will be utilizing this to sketch our graph. And how we can sketch this, and you know, in sketching we are providing the values y-intercept and x-intercept, and so if wherever the curves are intersecting in those type of things, it's not accurate, it's sketching. So we can take this one as y-axis, and x-axis we can take on this side, and then this is our origin 0, and we can further just roughly take like 90. You can write pi by 2 or 90 and 180 and 270 and 360, and this side we can take as 1 2 3 4 and 5, and this will be 1 2 3 4 and 5, and this will be 90 180 270 and up to 360. We have to take the range, and the range is what 0 to 2 pi is for this part 1. We will be just sketching this up to 2 pi will be 360. Yes, so we will be taking that range. So what we can do, we can type this equation, and this is 2 minus 3 and cos x, like this one, and bracket close, and we can calculate for 0, and this will be equal to minus 1. So minus side also we can take indication for minus side, and minus 1 is this one. So for 0 we are having minus 1 point this one. So now we can check for 90, for calculate for x is equal to 90. We can check this will be 2, and for 92 point we can take this one as 90 and 2. Now we will take for 180, so calculate for 180, and this will be equal to 5. So for 180 we have to take the reference from 180, and 5 will be roughly this point, and now we can calculate for 270, and this is equal to 2 again at this same level over here, and then we'll be taking calculate for 360, and this is equal to minus 1. So we will be taking reference for minus 1 and 360. So we have drawn the points. Now we'll have to draw a smoother curving graph like this one over here, and this should also curve like this one. It should not be straight. It should not be straight line like this or this one. It will be wrong. So I'm just showing that this should not be there, and this we should curve also to this side also. It should be curving like this one, entering like this, and this one also will have to curve like over here. So roughly we have sketched this graph, and you can see the line of symmetry is at 180 and the maximum point is at 180. So I'm drawing this line of symmetry. I will show like this one, and I've shown the maximum point as well. Now what else we can do? Keep in mind, these type of questions are very important for your understanding, and these are not well explained. So I will be utilizing some software from the net to explain this one, so that you will be improving your skill level, and you will be at a better position to solve these type of questions in exam. Keep in mind, these type of softwares will not be available during exam. You can practice at your home before exam, and then you can tackle the questions in a better way. Now I will switch to the software. Okay, so this is the software I'm using. You can use any software. There's so many available on the net. So this is our function y is equal to 2 minus 3x. If we sketch this one over here, this will be the curve, and you can see this is this is y-intercept, which is 0 and minus 1, and x-intercept also is provided which we can roughly take as 48, and at 90 degree this will the value, and at exactly 90 it will be 90 and 2, and for 180 it will be 5, and for 360 it will be -1, and this will be the other x-intercept, which is basically not required in this case. And then what else we can do, we can check this is the maximum point and the minimum point y value. Y value maximum will be 5 and minimum will be -1. If we check this one, this will be our y value from 5 up to this one, which is -1. So it's varying from -1 to 5. This is y value, and x value is x angle we are taking is basically from 360 to 0 is our range. So our graph will be from this position to this position, will not be going beyond 360 and lower than 0. So we'll be just considering graph from 0 to 360 degree, which is 2 pi. And hopefully you understood this in a better way. So there are so many complex questions which you can easily understand, and transformation questions, and these graph questions, intersection, points of intersection, these things you can practice from these type of softwares. Now I will switch back to the question, and I have inserted the same drawing which I have shown you over here, which you can see. This is the drawing, and this is basically the maximum point, which is 180 and 5, and this is line of symmetry is at 180, and this is basically the y-intercept 0 and -1, and x-intercepts are also shown. This one you can write x-intercept, also you can write, so that you need to check. So this is basically uh, at value at 360 will be -1, you can check from here also. So this is accurate graph drawn by the software. Exact accurate graph is not required in sketch questions, so you will have to just give the shape of the graph and the important points you will have to mention for that. Hopefully you understood this. Let us move to the next question, and next question part says part 3, the function g is defined by g of x is equal to 2 minus 3 cos x for x vary from 0 to 4, where p is 0 to pi, p basically, where p is a constant. This part 3 state the largest value of p for which g has an inverse. So that p value will be, for this one we can have minus, largest value will be what, when cos of x will be equal to -1. So x will be equal to cos inverse of -1, which is equal to pi. So largest value will be when cos x is equal to pi, or basically x will be varying to pi. So when x will be equal to pi and p will be equal to pi, this will be our answer for this part. It's a 1 mark part, just we have to state the value. Now fourth part, for this value of p, find an expression for g inverse of x. So g of x is what? G of x is equal to 2 minus 3 cos x. We need to find, we need to form x as subject, and this one we can take y, and this will be, we can shift 2 to other side and -3 also. So what we can do, we can shift cos. So 3 cos x is equal to 2 minus y, and we can shift 3, so cos x is equal to 2 minus y over 3, and x will be equal to cos inverse of 2 minus y, 2 minus y over 3, and further we can swap x and y, so y will be equal to cos inverse of 2 minus x over 3, and this will be basically the f inverse g inverse, basically g inverse of x is equal to cos inverse of 2 minus x over 3. This will be the final answer, and this was 2 marks. Now this is question number 10, last question of this paper, basically second last question of this paper. So question 10 says a curve for which d2y over dx square is equal to 2x minus 5. 2x minus 5 has stationary point at 3 and 6. Find the equation of the curve. So equation of the curve will be what? Stationary point. Stationary point means dy over dx, and dy over dx will be equal to, will be replacing 0 for the stationary point, and we can find dy by dx by using this equation, which is second order derivative. We will integrate the second order derivative and we will get dy by dx, and this will be equal to integral of 2x minus 5 dx, and this will be integral of 2x will be 2x square over 2, and integral of 5 will be 5x, and integral constant c, and this 2 will be cancelled, and the point given is 3 and 6. We can check dy by dx at this given point, so at 3 and 6, and this will be equal to what? 3 squared will be 9 minus this will be 15 plus c, and we know that this is equal to 0 because this is stationary point, so we can write 9 minus 15 will be 6, so c is equal to 6. This integral constant value we will replace over here, and our derivative, which is dy by dx, first order derivative, will be equal to x squared minus 5x plus c, which is 6. Now we can integrate, we need find the equation of the curve. So for equation of the curve we need to integrate it once more so that we can get y. So y will be integral of x square will be x cubed by 3 minus integral of 5x will be 5x squared over 2, and plus this will be 6x, and integral constant we can take d, c we have already taken, so this will be, now we can find at point 6 and 3. So at 6 and 3 this will be the point, so 6, y value is 6, so 3 will be 3 cubed will be 27 over 3, and minus this will be 5 into 9 by 2, and this will be what? Plus this will be 18, plus 18, yes, plus 18 and plus d, yes. Now we can shift everything to other side, and d will find value of d, so it will be 6 minus 27 over 3, we can write 9, and minus this will be plus because we are shifting to other side, so 5 by 2, and this one can be 45 by 2, and minus 18. So we can calculate this, 6 minus 9 plus 45 over 2 and minus 18, and this will be equal to 3 by 2, so d value is equal to 3 by 2, which we can write 1 whole 1 by 2, and this d value we will replace in this equation, and our equation of the curve will become y is equal to x cube over 3 minus 5x squared over 2 plus 6x and plus 1 whole 1 by 2, and this will be our equation of the curve. Now second part, find the x coordinate of the other stationary point on the curve. So we can replace dy by dx is equal to 0 for stationary curve, and our equation is uh, differential equation, dy by dx will be what? X square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0, and this one we can solve this quadratic equation mode 5 3, or you can use quadratic formula or factorization. So x square is, quotient of x square is 1, quotient of x is minus 5, and constant is 6. So this will be 3 and 2, so we can write x minus 3 and x minus 2 is equal to 0. So x will be equal to 3 and x will be equal to 2. X is equal to 3, we are done with, we already have, and this is the other value which we are supposed to find. And then they're saying for the next third part, determine the nature of each of the stationary points. Now the second order derivative, we know d2y over dx square is 2x minus 5. 2x minus 5. We can find, to find the nature of the points, we will find dy by d2y over dx square at x is equal to 3, and this will be 2 into 3 minus 5, which is equal to 6 minus 5 will be 1, so which is greater than 0. So this value for this one will be minimum, because this is positive value. And when we find d2y over dx square at x is equal to 2, and this will be equal to 2 into 2 minus 5, and this will be equal to minus 1, which is less than 0. So at this one it will be maximum value. Hopefully you understood this. Now last question, question number 11. Says the diagram shows part of the curve. This is the curve at the point p is equal to 2 1. This is point p is equal to 1. Lying on the curve, the normal to the curve at p intersects the x-axis at q. At this point, show that the coordinates of q is 16 by 9. So what we can do, we can take this equation and y is equal to 3 over under root of 1 plus 4x, and we need to find the derivative. Basically the tangent value will be what we can, to understand this question, we can draw tangent at point P. So this is the tangent. We can write tangent at P, which is 2 and 1. So the gradient of this tangent and the gradient of PQ we will find. So gradient of PQ will be reciprocal and change sign of the gradient of the tangent. So gradient of tangent we are finding, we are going for dy over dx, and for that one we are shaping this equation like this one, and now we can find dy over dx, and this will be equal to 3, and minus 1 by 2 power will be pulled first, and it will be 1 plus 4x raised to the power minus 3 by 2, and into derivative of 4x will be 4, and now we can cancel this 2 with this one, and we'll get 2 over here, and our equation will be minus 3 into 2 will be 6 over this will be 1 plus 4x raised to the power 3 by 2. Now we can find dy over dx at the point P, which is 2 and 1, and this will be equal to minus 6 over this will be 1 plus 4 into 2. X value will be 2 and raised power 3 by 2, and we can find by the help of calculator. So this will be fraction, and minus 6 over this will be bracket 1 plus 8, and this power will be fraction 3 over 2, and this is equal to minus 2 by 9. minus 2 by 9. This will be the gradient of the tangent. So we can write gradient of tangent is equal to minus 2 by 9. So gradient of normal will be equal to reciprocal and change sign, so it will be 9 by 2. And this gradient we will be using, and the point P we will be using, and we will be writing the equation of the normal. So P point will be what? P will be 2 and 1, and this point and this gradient we will use, and we can write y minus y1 is equal to m into m of the normal basically, and this will be x minus x1, and we will replace in this. So y minus 1 is equal to 9 by 2 into x minus 2, and we can rewrite this as y is equal to 9 by 2x, and minus 9 by 2 into 2 will be cancelled, so it will be minus 9 and plus 1, which we shifted to the other side, and it will be y is equal to 9 by 2x and minus 8. This will be our equation of the normal, and we can at q will be what? We can write here at q y value will be 0, y will be equal to 0, because q is on x-axis. So we can write 9 by 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. So 9 by 2x is equal to 8. This implies x is equal to 16 over 9. This is what we were supposed to prove, which we have done. Now B part, find showing all necessary working, the area of the shaded region. This is 6 marks question. We need to understand this a bit, so I will explain from the drawing what will be our strategy to solve this question, this part basically. So if what is this? Basically this is the point of intersection and this one. So we can take integral from 0 to 2. This is 2, right? So if we'll take integral from 0 to 2, area under the curve will be including this small white triangle also, this white triangle. So which we don't want. We need to exclude area of this white triangle, which I'm magnifying or enlarging and showing you the detail of this drawing. This is the triangle, white triangle, which we are discussing, which is creating problem for us, and we need to exclude the area of this triangle. And for this triangle, uh, this side is 1 unit, because this is y value is 1, so this is 1 unit, and this point is basically 2 and 0, and this point which we found is 16 by 9 and 0. So we can check this. This side will be how much? This will be 2 minus 16 over 9. So we can do 2 minus 16 over 9. 16 over 9. Yeah, why have I written 16 over 2? This should be 16 over 9. And this will be equal to 2 by 9. So R, this side is 2 by 9. Now we can basically find the area, and for area of triangle we know area is equal to 1 by 2 into base, which is 2 by 9, and height, which is 1. So we can cancel 2 with 2, and our area will be what? Area will be equal to 1 over 9. So area of this triangle, which triangle basically we are talking about? We are talking about this triangle. Area of this triangle is 1 by 9. So when we take integral from 0 to 2, we will be taking additional area of 1 by 9, which we will subtract and we will get answer. Hopefully you understood the strategy of the question, and we will be following the same strategy. And what we will do, we will take integral from 0 to 2, and this will be 3 into 1 plus 4x raised to minus 1 by 2 dx, and we have to take integral of this. And keep in mind, this integral will give us area under the curve, which is including additional area of the white triangle which I've shown, which is 1 by 9. So finally, after integration, we will subtract 1 by 9 and we will get the area. So let us integrate this. So integral of this will be 3 into 1 plus 4x raised to minus 1 by 2 plus 1 will be 1 by 2, and par will be divided also, and the derivative of 4x will also be over here, and the integral limits are 0 to 2. Now we can replace basically we can simplify first. So it will be 2 will be cancelled with this and it will be changing to 2, and our equation will become 3 by 2 into 1 plus 4x raised by 1 by 2, and integral limit is 0 to 2. Now we replace upper integral value first, and this will be 3 by 2, and this will be 1 plus 8 will be 9, so we can write 9 raised by 1 by 2, and this will be first value, and minus the second will be 3 by 2, and this will be 0, so 1 raised by 1 by 2, like this one I'm writing for your understanding, this one. Now we can simplify. This will be equal to what? This will be equal to 3 by 2 or multiply by 3, it will be 9 by 2, and minus this will be 3 by 2, and 9 by 2, this will be what we can simplify. This will be 9 over 2 and minus 3 over 2, and this will be equal to 3, so we can write equal to 3. Now total area, shaded area under the curve is 3. We can now write, we can exclude that triangle area, so we can write shaded area is equal to 3 minus 1 over 9, or we can first mention area of triangle, and this will be 3 minus 1 by 9, and this will be minus 1 over 9, and this is equal to 26 by 9 we can write here, but we have to give the mixed fraction, and this will be 2 whole 8 by 9, 2 whole 8 by 9, and this will be unit square because this will be area. Hopefully you understood each and everything. I've tried my best to explain the area questions, graph questions as much as we can, and this video will be surely helpful for you. If you want similar type of videos, don't forget to subscribe the channel, press bell icon, and like the video also. And in this way you will be getting notification for incoming videos. Recommend this channel to your friends and classmates, and also introduce this channel to your respected teachers. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.